Hi, welcome to the Creation Speaks podcast by Sean Brown. In this podcast series, my heart is to encourage and help others become more, to challenge you to grow, to reach for those dreams that you might have, to overcome that addiction, to just help with the daily grind. Sometimes life can seem monotonous, but I want to remind you that God is at work and that we're also told that we're His workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. So together, I hope we discover more of, one, the heart of God and His heart towards us. Enjoy. Hey, what's up? I'm so glad that you could join me today. I'm Sean with Creation Speaks, and I want to talk a minute about risk. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, whatever or something that you want to do, there's going to be risk. There's risk involved with everything. And there's an interesting verse that I want to kind of talk about. It's he who waters will be watered himself. And someone shared that with me a long time ago, and I've kind of continuously brought that up in my mind. You know, I think all of us in some regards are artists. All of us are. You may think, no, I'm not an artist. You haven't seen the pictures I've drawn. And I don't mean all of us drawing with a pen and paper or a paintbrush. That's not what I mean. But each of us has something unique that we can give. But it's going to require risk. Because inside we have this inner world that's full of ideas and dreams and things that we could do. But in order to get that from your inner world to the external world where other people can appreciate it, there is risk involved. And that can be a fearful thing. But it's important to remember that he who waters will be watered himself. And with me, I have my little inner world, and I have ideas and thoughts and I like to express them, but there's risk involved, and it's a hard thing too, because I can go and that comes in the form of doing the podcast and doing videos. I really desire to do that, but it's a fearful thing too, because you put yourself out there where other people can judge you, and you know what the truth is people are going to look. I mean, there's a million pieces of art in the world, but you don't like all of them, right? But there are some people that like the art that you don't. So you have to get over worrying what other people will think, because you're just going to have to take that risk and put yourself out there. And so my encouragement to you today is there's people who need your artwork, who need to see what you have to offer. That little, in your inner world, you have something. And the fear of what others will think, fear of just in your, whatever's the reason is for keeping you from putting that inner world, those ideas and dreams, that creativity that you have out in the public, because it's there that you will be watered yourself. And maybe you're drying up, maybe you're going through a difficult time, or maybe even that artwork, you're like, well, it's not ready yet. When I get to this point or when I get here, but maybe you need to start watering now, because there could be that one person that really could find encouragement. Maybe it's a song that you have inside that you need to put out there. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a painting, maybe it's whatever it is that you do, it's there for a purpose. And when you think he who waters, you can, if you have a well, but if you don't share that, then, it's just for you. But I think you'll dry up. But he who waters will be watered himself, and there's fulfillment that comes when you use what you have to bless others. And so I want to encourage you to take a risk. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid of what others might think. Don't use the excuse that, well, I'm just not ready yet. I don't think any of us are ever ready. And if we critique ourselves enough, if we analyze ourselves enough, we will talk ourselves out of that risk. Because with me doing these podcasts, there's a million podcasts out there that there's definitely better people. But maybe one thing that I have to say is beneficial to one person. And I think we come alive when we begin to take our inner worlds, our creativity and our dreams, and begin to take them into the real world. And I think when you start to take those risks and start to move forward, you'll see that verse kind of come to life, because he who waters will be watered himself. So don't be afraid today to take that risk, to speak up in that meeting, to sign up for that class, whatever it might be that's in your heart. Don't talk yourself out of it, but move forward and take that risk, because I think that's where the real growth is going to happen. And that's where other people are going to be blessed as well. When you decide to take that inner world and put it out on display, to take that well of water that you have and feed it and let it flow to a thirsty world, because it is a thirsty world. And that's my encouragement to you today. I hope you have a great day, and remember, don't be afraid to step out and take that risk. Well, thank you again for tuning in to this episode on Creation Speaks podcast. If you want more podcasts and devotions, head on over to our website, creationspeaks.com. And there I do a lot of writing. I post audio and video. And then I also do some of my woodworking. So a great way to support this is I do handmade wooden pens, coffee scoops, and other items. And, I enjoy making things, sharing. And I hope through it all that you might find some encouragement and know that you're created in the image of God. As a believer, you've been redeemed and God started to work in you. And I hope together we can grow together. Again, thanks again, and talk to you next time.